I am John Benson. I can't even. I can't even do that. I can't do that. Hey, this is John Benson with John Benson Fitness, and this is my first video on YouTube. That is, so I'm going to do this really raw, like every video I'm going to do. I'm going to be the unfitness guy, the guy that is not going to be showing you how to do curls or squats and stuff like that. I'm going to be talking about things that I believe are much more important than just how to do things. There's a million videos out there. If I find a few videos over the next year or so that I like, I'm going to post it to the comment section. So if you check out the comment section to that side, it may be that side. I don't know. I'm this new at it. Yep, that new. So you'll figure it out. It's over there. So I'm looking here, reading a little bit. So you'll have to excuse me about that. The bottom line is this: I want to know why you feel that fitness is beyond your grasp. Why do you feel that fitness is beyond your grasp? Now, don't take that as an offensive question. What I mean is, why don't you have the body that you want right now? There's a reason. It's not genetics. It's not time. It's not a lot of things that you may be telling yourself. It's something that you feel. You do not feel that you either deserve it, that you can do it, that you have enough time to do it. You might feel like you're too pressed for time. But you know that that's not the real answer. So what is the real answer? The comments below, start filling in the real answers. What do you feel about this? I'm using the word feel over and over again. I'm not trying to placate to your emotions. I'm trying to get you to understand that we do everything in our lives when it comes to fitness or finance or relationships, anything, because of how it makes us feel, good or bad. And most of the time, fitness makes us feel bad. I gave away the answer, didn't I? Might have to change that. I don't know. Should I change that? But most of the time, fitness makes us feel bad. Doesn't make us feel good. And the reason why is because we're not getting the results we want. Now, granted, you can say cardio makes me feel bad because it's boring. Weightlifting makes me feel bad because it hurts. That's real minor on the scale of I'm putting forth all this energy and effort and I'm not getting anything out of it. That's really what you're afraid of. That's what you don't feel. At least that's what I feel. Whenever I go through periods in my life where I say, screw it, I'm not going to train. I'm not going to work out. Forget it. I'm just going to sit around on the couch and eat bonbons. Okay, I really don't sit around the couch and eat bonbons. I guess I could. I could start. No, I don't want to do that. But I have gone through periods of my career, professional and otherwise, definitely before I became a fitness professional, where I didn't care what I ate. I ate whatever I wanted all the time. And it was always based on a feeling. Eating the food gave me a certain feeling. Of course, eating sugar is like taking in morphine in its non-concentrated form. So it induces the same kind of chemical reactions as literal morphine in the brain. Obviously on a lesser degree, but the same kind of addictions, the same kind of feelings, the same kind of dopamine responses. So sugar. Fat was triggered because I was feeling, oh my gosh, I'm not getting enough food. That goes way, way back to our days on the savannah, okay? Now think about this. I'm going to, little tangents here. That's part of my video weirdness. Think about the savannah for a moment, or think about our history. Think about cavemen, Fred Flintstone. What do you think the odds were of him finding really fatty, tasty meat on the savannah? Not really that high. Most of the game meat back then was very, very lean because their game was running around and they were just as hungry as Fred Flintstone. So it probably didn't have a lot of that tasty, marbly fat we get in our steaks. But whenever that did happen, whenever it came across the rare, stray, fill-in-the-blank animal that had a lot of fat, it was a feast. It was a huge feast because he had more energy and it tasted great. And so those foods became craving foods that they would eat very rarely because of weather, because of conditions, because of just not being able to find it, whatever. And when they did have it, it was like that triggered all these hormones in the brain. So that's why, by the way, you crave, what we're giving away is, in junk food, is the savannah on a plate instantaneously multiplied by 1,000. I mean, you've got a McDonald's cheeseburger. That's like more fat than these guys would eat in probably 3 or 4 weeks. You've got less protein than they would eat in probably a meal. Far more carbohydrates than they would eat, especially in the forms of starch and sugar. So this is what's causing a lot of those things to be triggered in the brain, is it goes way back to then. But again, it's a feeling. Notice how everything I'm describing is a feeling. It's not some sort of a physical need. It's a feeling. So I want you to tell me, first video here, what your feelings are about food and why you don't have the body that you want. What do you think that is? I want your answers below. Comments, I know they're that way. I've got that part down. And just to let you know, the nature of these videos are going to change. I'm going to have a cool introduction coming up. Yeah, I'm going to be one of those YouTube guys. I'm open to any kind of questions. I'm a pretty open guy. Feel free to post them. I'll get to them if I can. If you want to know more about me, links that way or that way. I don't know which one. It's whatever this is going to end up being on YouTube. Look for the links. You can find them. And after this video, you can laugh at me because I'm just going to be kind of myself. Now, one word of warning before I say good morning, good evening, good night, as James Randi would say. These videos are always going to be raw, uncensored, unfiltered, edited only where they have to be edited. If I decide to, pick my nose or do something kind of crazy with my hands, I may keep the crazy thing in there with my hands. I don't know. And that's because, again, I don't want to be the normal fitness guy on the internet. I don't want to be the guy teaching you how to do squats. I don't want to be the guy talking about boring nutrition stuff. I'm going to talk a lot about nutrition. I'm going to talk a lot about training. I'm going to talk a lot about these things, but in a way that's different. And there's going to be some humor. There's going to be some stuff that's going to be a little shocking maybe, but it's always going to be on a background like this. So this is just my home. I'm just recording right here, right off my laptop, right from my home. Cool green wall back here, light green. Yeah, it's going to be straightforward. And I think that's more to the point of who I am as a person and more to the point of who I want to interact with, is people who are real, people who want real results. All of my books, all of my products are based on one thing, real results. If it doesn't give real results, it doesn't matter that I wrote it, I nuke it. I've been fortunate, I've nuked one book in my life. One book. Never saw the light of day except for a few people, so don't worry, you don't have it. But I thought, the ideas were, crap. I didn't want to do that. So let me know what you think. I'm open to your feedback. And if anybody asks silly questions, about me, that's fine. If you want to ask serious questions, that's fine. Try to be cool, try to be kind. And remember, fitness starts in the mind. We'll start there. Thanks, everybody.